School District Building Feasibility Study Agreement with Boyle Construction Management of Allentown, Pennsylvania, to provide professional construction management services for a feasibility study to include architectural, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, civil engineering, and environmental testing relative to the Jim Thorpe School District Administration Building located at 410 Setter Avenue, Jim Thorpe. Boyle construction will be based on time and material as per the attached rate schedule and reimbursable expenses. MKSD Architects, $19,800. Snyder Hoffman Associates, $4,320. Carbon Engineering, $4,880. ACM Associates, $5,075. This is estimated on the final amount will be based on the number of samples needed.
Move to table this particular motion until we can gain greater fidelity on the announced contract between the school district and a realtor for the potential sale.
I'll second the table.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Classification and compensation study for approval and execution. A contract with Evergreen Solutions LLC of Tallahassee, Florida, to conduct a classification and compensation study of all current positions of the county. Proposal shall not exceed $48,000 and is inclusive of all travel costs, meals, lodging, fringe benefits, overhead, clerical support, and all out-of-pocket expenses. The projected timeline is a tentative start of September 1, 2021, with completion by December 31st, 2021. Payment terms will be based on completion of tasks as follows: 25% for tasks 1 and 2, 25% for tasks 3 and 4, and 25% for tasks 5 and 6, and 25% for tasks 7 through 11. Tasks are detailed in the proposal, which are attached and referenced as Exhibit A.
Motion approved and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes. Kelly.
Good morning.
Morning.
Could you talk a little bit about the classification and compensation study?
Yes.
Refresh our memory on what that is.
Yeah, a little bit on that. Over the years, when we have salary board meetings, a lot of positions have been created, and we have so many scales. I think we're down to maybe only 16 levels of non-supervisory. We had 21 at one time at the supervisory level, and we certainly don't need all of those scales. And it always made our job as a salary board, at least in my opinion, and trying to decide where to place someone when we're creating positions or promoting, trying to narrow that down. Let's just take clerical, for instance. There are different administrative assistants and clerical, different classifications, and we're trying to group them a lot better. And a lot of disparity in the salaries between some positions, although they may be doing the same type of work. And we're trying to narrow the job descriptions and the titles down, and trying to determine if they are in the correct salary range where they should be compared to their job description and what they really do. So it's a long task. We've been looking at it a while. I know Judge Nanovic had suggested that to us some time ago, but hopefully things will work out with this study. It's not going to be easy. We have a lot of positions to deal with, over 300, and probably about how many, probably 150 different job descriptions or titles, and that's what makes things so difficult there. So we'll see how that plays out. We're hoping to have that done in place maybe by the end of the year for the annual salary board.
Civilized over the years because something evolved from being a secretarial or a clerical position, then it got moved to an administrative secretary or an executive secretary, and a lot of these new titles and positions were created since the last study, which Wayne, when was it? The mid-90s?
99 was that Russell or Felice Russell, I think.
Russell.
We adopted, there was one, well, I shouldn't say it was before my time.
Yeah, we had-
There were
we
two
had
studies. One was adopted and one was not. And the latest was in 99, which was not officially adopted.
Right, we adopted the scales, but we didn't take the whole
Make the
study.
changes, correct.
Yeah, I would add one thing. Ellie, maybe we could share the specific tasks of the study with the press, just to give the public a little bit better understanding, even if we had to just do an extract, from the contract.
I have that here. So task 1 is the project initiation. Task 2 is to evaluate the current system. Task 3, they will collect and review current environment data. Task 4 is to evaluate and build projected classification plan. Task 5 is to identify a list of market survey benchmarks and approved lists of targets. Task 6 is to conduct a market salary survey and provide external assessment summary. Task 7 is to develop strategic positioning recommendations. Task 8 is to conduct a solution analysis. Task 9 is to develop and submit draft and final reports. Task 10 is to develop recommendations for compensation administration. Task 11 is to provide revised class descriptions and FSLA determinations.
And again, there's a lot of moving parts when you're looking at row offices, the courts, unions. We have officially 5 or 6 unions now, 5 now. So there's a lot of moving parts in this. And that's part of the reasons things are so out of line and everything. There are so many moving parts. So hopefully we can narrow it down, not only making the salary board jobs a little bit easier, but the row offices and others that are looking to make moves into offices, et cetera, or if there's job changes. So